Student Access with Austin Jeff.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Inside Scoop with Alex and Jeff. I am Alex Dingman.
I'm Jeff Doss. What's up, guys? Let's do this. How is everyone? I feel like it's been a long time, but it's been a week. But it's been a long week, man. So we are ready for a big
it's
show.
A coffee at night type of night, man.
Oh,
you know what
God,
I'm saying?
Yeah. Yes,
It's St. Patrick's Day week. You know, it's the week of St. Patrick's Day. I figure I put on my cap. It's not exactly an Irish cap. I got myself an Irish mug with some coffee. It's not an Irish coffee. Don't get too excited.
Oh man, that's crazy. Yes, it is St. Patrick. I was saying that like I forgot about that, you know, and trying to remember all that. But it's a Friday too, so it's gonna be wild, especially for you as a DJ. So you're probably gonna be busy.
You know what's weird? I was like upset and then kind of not at the same time. Like somebody booked me, right, for St. Patrick's Day. And then they were like, sorry, man, we gotta cancel it. So I'm like, you ain't getting your deposit back.
Yeah, right.
So sorry. So, but then I'm like, well, how many gigs did I turn down because I was booked? But then I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go out. I'm gonna take your deposit and have a good time.
That's funny. Oh man. So we're gonna get into our weekends and everything that we've been doing. We got just a great show. We're talking again, black belt, fill in the blank. We're gonna talk a lot with the topic of black belt, you know. So we're going to get into lots of that as I had one of those weekends. It was definitely a black belt weekend for me. So before, guys, we have lots going on. Of course, go check out virtualfighttour.com. They have been all over the place. We're going to talk a little bit about that as well. They just had a last man standing in Mexico City. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. But also the next last man standing is at the next tournament, one of our next tournaments as well, the Ocean State Grand Nationals, which we're going to talk about. So support what they do. Go check out their website, get some merchandise, you know, and check them out and be a part just of the next level of the sport. I feel like, you know, which, you know, so this weekend is one of our other sponsors, Smoky Mountain Showdown in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, March 18th, this Saturday. I have some teammates heading down there, driving down there. Some of my students actually are driving down there tonight. Gatlinburg, to spend some time there, have some fun. Some of the people that I teach in Tennessee are going to be there. So looking forward to a big weekend. This will be a first year tournament and first year NASCA AAA tournament. So go check that out. It looks like they have some awesome awards.
It's quite the kickstart. First year tournament, and they're already a NASCA tournament. Like, how does that happen?
So they had a tournament before in North Carolina and Myrtle Beach area. Okay. And so they got
some legs.
Yeah. So they've done about 5-6 tournaments. And now they're going to be they got a contract with the convention center in Gatlinburg. So big tourist area, good time of the year in March. So should be a fun time. So check them out, guys. And
you know what? I don't know a lot about Tennessee, and it's not that far. I probably should, you know, go check it out, but who the heck's got extra time? I feel like you've been there a few times. Have you been to Tennessee a few times?
Yes, I have.
What areas have you been to?
We've done Gatlinburg for I think 2-3 years ago for summer vacation, and then did it about 5-6 years ago before that.
It's a cool spot to vacation.
Yeah, there's lots of things. Like I said last week, Climeworks is a really good place. There's lots of different places that have zip lining and of course
you did mention that.
You got the Smoky Mountains, so you got lots of cool spots. You got great log cabins. There's the cool thing. There's several places. Of course, there's Dollywood, but there's several places that have these mountain coasters. So they're like,
what is that?
Individual like roller coasters, but like a single person. And they build these little coasters on the side of the mountain, and you go all the way down, and you can actually break it and go faster based on how you want to do it. Yeah.
Wait, it's a roller coaster attached to a mountain where you're the only car.
Yeah.
And you have a break?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
it's cool.
When you go, there's nobody.
They light up too at night so you can see them. Yeah.
No, that's cool. There's nobody else on the track when you're going though, right?
No.
All right, because if you break, like that could be a problem.
They're spaced out. Yeah, they're spaced out enough. So,
wow.
But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's fun.
That's almost as cool as the roller coaster or the amusement park inside Ocean State Grass Nationals when you went before.
Yeah, that's right. Or Kalahari, man. That's always fun too.
That one's gonna be good.
Yeah. All right. So next event. What's up, Joe? Joe's listening in. Who else we got over here? Brett Shumway. Yeah, barbecue, blues, and bourbon. What more do you need? And again, as far as Tennessee tournaments, there was just one in Memphis. I went to one growing up. Nashville. There's lots of different places there. So yeah, lots of cool stuff in Tennessee. So go check that out. The next big tournament, though, guys, OceanStateGrandNational.com. Make sure you guys get registered. If you March 20th, so this weekend, is the deadline for the best fee right now, the best registration fee. So go ahead, take advantage of that. This tournament is, like we said, say it. How much money is the overall open weight winner getting?
$3,500.
Yes, $3,500. All right,
$3,500 right to the champ, $1,500 to the runner up, $750 to third and fourth place, $250 fifth place, sixth place, seventh place, and eighth place for open weight gets the cash.
Yes. The other cool thing, man, is that MVP, that team MVP award, I think is awesome. So if you have a karate school or a team that has at least 5 to 6 competitors, that's just an awesome event to go to, right? Take them there and then go see, I guess at the registration desk, they'll have a customer service person there say, hey, I'd like one of those team MVP awards, and I'm going to highlight someone from my school for doing a great job. Maybe they were an awesome supporter for the rest of the team. Maybe they had a rough day and they overcame, right? Maybe, you know what, they got second place in every division, but they're consistent. Who knows, right? But
I would totally do that.
Oh, yeah, same.
I mean, yeah. And if somebody wants to get down and say, oh, now you're literally buying trophies. Yeah, I am. I'm buying an award that we talk about within our school because, listen, it's merchandise.
Yep.
Yes, you have to earn it, but it is merchandise, and it has to be paid for in some way, shape, or form. This is what I choose to do with this merchandise, right? And we're going to use this, and it'll be something that we talk about each year at the Ocean State Grand Nationals. We're going to have a team MVP that we just talk about in our school, within our 4 walls. That's a cool thing. I really like that.
Correct. Yeah, it's really cool. All right, so check them out. It's going to be a huge event. I'm sure we're going to talk more about our predictions for that event because there's a lot going to happen, And you know what? Also, we also need to talk about something else that's happened that weekend too. We'll talk about that in a little bit as well, which is crazy that it's happening the same weekend as that, which is kind of frustrating, but it'll be all right. So let's go ahead and talk about it now, and then we're going to go into what our weekends were like.
Let's go.
But so that same weekend, it was just announced the next Karate Combat event is going to be that weekend, right? April 1st, which in Miami. So they're moving it down from Universal's to Miami, staying in Florida. So, of all weekends, it's like, oh man, like we could go see that.
Right, I get that. For the sport
also,
karate
it's
world.
funny too. We're all the karate world's going to be in Rhode Island, which is where Ross lives, right? and he's not going to be there. He's going to be in Miami fighting. So very funny, right?
Right.
So you'll
you
see
know.
a lot of us watching and supporting at the same time. We're going to have our phones going while we're watching the finals because the finals is going to be insane. But supporting Ross and Robbie, both of those guys are going to be fighting. And
Now,
I
here's
hear
what would be
possibly
really
one more.
cool. And I don't know how you'd pull this off from a production standpoint. But if you could somehow, you got a screen, and you could be like, all right, when Robbie Lavoie is about to fight, we're going to pause. We're going to pause the finals for like 5-10 minutes. We're just going to, here it goes, guys.
Yep.
You guys want, if you think it's boring, whatever, go get yourself some popcorn, whatever.
Well, if you think it's boring, then why are you at a karate tournament?
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't think that would ever be a thing, a boring
How
thing.
cool would that be,
Yeah.
right? If you're at the battle and then you see, let's say it's like this. Let's say the battle did this, and maybe this is entirely possible that this could happen.
Yeah.
At the battle, and then Michael Page is fighting for a championship.
Right.
And granted, yeah, he's from the other side of the pond. We get that.
Right.
I'd still think that would be an awesome thing to promote, right?
No,
that would be really cool.
Well, I mean, there's so many now that are on that, level. Bobby Cerrone has his next fight coming up this month. He's going to be, I think it's going to be in Southern California instead of Northern where he lives. So there's so many people that are in our sport that are getting at a higher level on that, and then you're talking about Karate Combat. We have 3 of our best ever right now. And I'm hearing that there's some other new ones that are going to be getting added in there soon, like for their first fight with Karate Combat. So pretty awesome.
This could really save, I don't want to say save like our sport's dying, but it's always gripes that we've got. But I think this could be something that could be a huge bonus to our sport.
Right.
To literally have like, boom, a stepping stone. I think VFT, Virtual Fight Tour, is perfect for that because it is our sport. It's not like our sport. It is our sport. All right.
Well,
but Karate Combat is fantastic. It's a way to promote.
Who are these people who are these scouts for this? You know what I mean? Like, are they looking at this? Like we should start having scouts at these events or creating scouting events. Who knows? That may be something we shut up about. And that's a cool idea.
The future of combat martial arts started like 10 years ago. And it is sport martial arts competition.
Yeah.
It is. There's just a difference. Like if people want to knock on point fighters, there's enough to knock about. Sure. There's plenty of stuff. You want to say, oh, let's just tag. Sure. If you say that, go ahead. All right. These guys tag pretty hard.
Yeah.
These guys, even though you might want to call it tag, you somehow have not figured out how to tag them back.
Correct.
And now you get a finely conditioned, real athlete with real striking that still has all that skill. What are you going to do against that? So I think it's the future. I'm super excited. I think the future of combat martial arts exists within sport martial arts competition.
Awesome. All right, man. So I had a big weekend. We had 2nd degree black belt testing at my karate school this weekend. One of those students that was tested for 2nd degree was my son. So it was really cool. And the day before was his 18th birthday. So it's like crazy busy weekend, but a cool time. Was great to get all 3 of my instructors at one test at a time. So that was cool. That's something that doesn't always happen. My Taekwondo instructor, my Shotokan instructor, and my American freestyle instructor, all there together. And then also my first 2 black belts were able to be there. My, several second and 3rd degrees. So it was a lot of fun. And just, having not just a overall test, but just a focus 2nd degree test and really challenging these guys, but really like the way they needed to be challenged personally, So we had 3 different people that were really just all had different areas of their training. One is trying to be a high level competitor and staying consistent. The other one is getting back into it and trying to figure out what's next for them in their martial arts journey. And the other one just moved away and moved to Northern Virginia and has been doing this virtually to stay up so that way he could test for his 2nd degree. So very interesting test, but lots of fun, right? I even got a little bruise on my nose here, so it was intense, man. I spar, I wrestle every single black belt, almost every test. I still am active and I stay, focused in it. So
now I want to ask about that for a moment, just because every system is just slightly different, and even if it's in the same system, sometimes there's just little variances that are different. When you said every black belt exam, you're out there, what do you mean? You're not testing, you're not re-upping.
No. Sometimes I'll do that. Yeah, no. What I mean is that, so I'll explain the way we do one of the days, right, of our tests, right? First degree is a little different, but that morning we start the first hour. So our board or our black belt test, this is the way I do it at my school, and also my Shotokan instructor always did it, was you're an active member of it, meaning that everyone on the board contributes. You don't just sit there and watch, or you're not just a special guest that's just sitting in, right? So we start with exercises. We start on the end of the table, and that person picks some type of fitness for them to do. They go up there, they demonstrate it. You have to at least be able to do it, to make someone do it. You don't tell people to do stuff that you can't do, right? So so let's just say,
I like the integrity of this so
let's
far.
just say, most people start with jumping jacks, right? Or 100 jump jacks, whatever, right? That's easy. Then the second person goes. So we had 9, 10 people on our board. So they go through 10 different types of exercises, and some of them are really intense. Some are basic. Some are, a stretch, some are, just different challenges, and you're just going, right? Then we'll go into like basics, right? Which it could be basics, or it could be like some type of drill, martial arts drill that you want them to do, right? And then we go back again. So that go all the way through that. Honestly, to do all that, that's about an hour to get all the way through that, So
that sounds chaotic.
And no, it's not chaotic. It's awesome. I mean, it's intense.
No, I would say, just because I've never experienced an exam like that.
Right.
And but I do think when I hear that, I'm like, oh my gosh, that sounds like chaos. Only because, and I think it's only in terms of martial arts, where I'm just an absolute perfectionist, like nothing. I don't mess with anything. Everything has to be perfect. But then you come into my house and you're like, really? Okay. Right. But so when I hear that, I'm like, wait, these things are not already predetermined what's happening? Like, no, this is chaos. There needs to be a timeline as to how long this takes. But the other side of me hears that and is like, there's just so much integrity when it comes to that. When you said, like, no, nobody would just tell you to do something that they couldn't themselves do.
Correct. Yeah.
Which I'm like,
I mean, and some of my black belts will go out and do it there with them. You know what I mean? So, I mean, and sometimes,
how many people are on this exam?
There's there's about 10 of us on the board. So yeah. Wow. And then, so that's what, so it's full of integrity and intensity. The reason why so my instructor's kind of the same with you. He likes it all. You're going to do your form, you're going to do your weapon, you're going to do your sparring, you're going to do your breaking, and then you do the fitness test, which is 5 things, and that's it. You know what it is. And that's one way to do a test. I look at that like school, right? But for me, if we're teaching martial arts, for me, I want you to be ready at all times for stuff that you're not expected to. Life's going to throw things at you that you're not ready for, right?
Yeah.
You already have done those tests to get up to black belt, right? Those were all the beginner tests and the advanced tests and all that stuff.
It all depends on the system, man.
Well, yeah, but my system, it is like that. They know it's a certain way. Then for black belt, it's something completely different, because this is supposed to challenge you to get out of your comfort zone. So that's really the way that we do it, for us. And it produces strong, characters and strong, for us, at least it works that way, right? Everybody's a little different. I understand. But that's like the first hour, right? The next one.
First hour.
Yeah. So the next one was because we are normally for like a first degree, they'd have to do all the beginner level forms, all the stuff too, and then go into the black belt. But for second degree, they pick 2 first degree forms and then 2 second degree forms. We also did 2 weapons forms. So they did nunchuck form and then a tonfa form. Worked on that. Then when it's time to do their forms,
I'm failing already. I don't even know a tonfa form. I couldn't even make one up.
So Chris Blum says, sounds like a gauntlet. Yes, sir, it is. But you do your form. We kind of give some feedback and some critiques. We're talking to them the whole time, challenging them to push harder, to find that inside, that passion to show it. If some aren't key-eyeing enough, we're going to get on them and really challenge them. Then they have to show one application from each kata, okay, or each form. So they have to explain, what they're doing, how to do it,
how they got to that.
Right. And we'd like for it to be great the first time. A lot of times it's not. We want to challenge them and say, all right, how about look at it this way? You're looking at it wrong. You're looking at it like just so black and white. Change it up a little bit.
See, that would bother me.
Of course.
That would bother the heck. No, that would bother the heck out of me.
But you're a fighter, so you shouldn't.
No.
Bother you though. You spar, you fight. You don't know what that person's going to do ahead of time. You may have an idea, but it changes, right?
Well, that's not what I'm saying. That's not the part that bothers me.
Yeah.
All right. The part that bothers me is the perfectionist in me. Is to say, like, I watch somebody do something. Like, if I'm the examiner and I watch somebody do something, and I have a criticism, then I'm like, why are we letting them go again?
Yeah, but see, that's not how. Yeah, but see, that's not. Again, and I get that.
No, man, I know.
But it's not perfectionism. It's not. You know what I mean? You have to challenge them to get past that. And even a perfectionist, you have to get them past hesitating, right? Because so many hesitate because they're so worried about getting it perfect instead of just go. So on this one, it was just 3 on this one. Yep. We'll have some that will be bigger, but
he said there was 300 last time.
What did you say? Yeah, 300 last time. No, not for black.
No,
I don't do that. But yeah, so we do that. They go through those. Then after they go through all the forms, and the applications and the self-defense. Then we do grappling. So we did there's 3 testers. They each had 3 rounds of grappling, right? Then we go right into sparring, which doing grappling and then going right into sparring, your legs are shot. You are tired,
Why didn't you go the other way around?
Because, dude, they're already sweaty. It's better to go ahead and get the grappling done, all right? And then go and do the sparring, the point sparring, all right? So, and really
I see what you're saying by that, but people weren't out there up on the toes, faking, 3-4 angles. That wasn't happening. Nobody was circling all over.
No, this is not. Listen, this is not let's impress all the family people to come. No. All right, this is not. It's not a graduation. All right, this is a test. All right, that's a different term. I mean, we may even need to talk about that too. There are some times where you need to have graduations. There's times when you need to have a test.
I agree with that statement. Yeah. Let's not call it a test. Let's call it what it is. Graduation. And you don't need to be ashamed of that.
Right.
If they've already decided that, if you've already gone through the testing, that you've already screened, just call it a graduation.
Right. And there's certain ones that are like that,
Oh,
and really for a let's see, I wouldn't say for a black belt, I wouldn't call it a black belt graduation. I would call it what we do actually most of the time is we do the test during the day, and then we do the black belt ceremony that night. So they have things that they present, present.
How long does this take from start to finish, from everything?
Well, all right. Again, we're talking about 2 different things. A black belt test will take a whole weekend, but the second degree, it just took 3 hours. Okay. So
wait.
Second degree took 3 hours. So yeah.
Okay. 3 hours. Okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
What do you mean a whole weekend?
So Friday night is like a few hours of different things, right? Different challenges and stuff they do for their first degree.
So somebody
and then they actually spend the night here at the karate school.
No, that does not happen.
Yeah.
No, they do not.
Yes. And And
You're
then
messing with me.
they wake up the next morning, and then they do the actual exam part of the test part with the board. So
No
yeah,
way.
man.
This is not real life.
Yes, I don't understand how you not, dude. My first black belt test, it was an all night exam. It was from 9 p.m. till 6 a.m. in the morning, straight through. Okay.
See, wait, 9 p.m.
Yeah, or 8
6
p.m. Yeah, 6 a.m. when I was like 9 years old too. So yeah,
You
9 or
went
10
through the
years old.
middle of the night, like
Yeah.
you were like continually like 3 a.m. You had another piece that you had to.
Yep.
What kind of like vampirist person is this?
He doesn't do it like that anymore. Now his exams are like 2 hours. That's it for black belt.
That's
But
mad.
yeah,
You know, no, I'm trying to wrap my head around it. The duration of time, like if you say, yeah, we started the exam at 8 in the morning, and then we didn't end till 7 at night. Like, yeah, that's a ridiculous amount of time.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
actually
we
cool
never
with
did
that. My head can wrap around you just constantly doing martial arts the whole day. It just doesn't stop.
Right.
It's this day you have this section.
Yeah.
You spend the night at the school, wake up, someone makes you some eggs.
I go to Hardee's.
You cut the toast with the sword.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The idea is to where they feel like after they do this, they can do anything. That's the key thing. And
Well,
you know
no
what?
kidding.
And so, I mean, and that's the thing. And then the second degree test is more about finding it in here. You know what I mean? That passion. What's making you continue to do this, and where do you want to go from there? So
I'm sure there's
they
people
listening. They had that, huh?
I'm sure there's people listening to my response from what you're talking about, thinking like, I'm sure there's people who think I'm soft, right? But I'm also sure there's people. There's just people who think you're nuts, right?
Yeah, I know. See, but I have to. Listen, I'm not just a forms guy, people.
Oh no, Jeff is the real deal.
So
you know what we're gonna do one time, Jeff?
That's pretty much the test. Then, I present the belt with everyone, and then the tradition that we do at my school, it's just since the 15 years, was all the first any black belt test. At the end of it, myself and the testers do some kata together as a way just to finish.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So we do that.
I dig that.
And try to, I'll lead it, or sometimes I let them lead, just depending on what form we're doing. So yeah, man. I mean, it was a lot of fun. Then we all, went to eat and hung out, and then I had another party I had to go to for some students. That was yeah. I don't know how to explain it. So, huh?
I think I need some IV fluids and a nap after all that.
So I have a family that is, let's see, the parents, one's from Africa and one's from Mexico. And so the daughter turned 13. And so they have, at that age for their birthday, in both of their cultures, they do, big celebrations, almost like a Sweet 16 or, something like that, right? Yeah. And so they call it a rite of passage, right? So they have different things that they do over that year before they turn, teaching them how to run a business, teach them how to do things at their house, different things like that.
I can dig it.
So last year, 2 years ago, I spoke for the oldest boy. This year, because I'm their karate instructor, I speak for the girl that just turned. So I went and did a speech for, talking about her and stuff. And man, we had real Mexican food, not the stuff you get at, the restaurants, real Mexican food.
Man, you had a quince, man.
Yeah. So it was cool, man. It's always a fun time. And then it's all right. 75 degrees on Saturday. Sunday, it's snowing. I can't make it up. Virginia, bro. Like, I don't know what to do. Yeah. So
it's been a little odd. This spring has been a little odd everywhere.
Yeah. So yeah. So that was my weekend, karate weekend. Wow,
man. All right, it was cool. Yeah. I can live vicariously through you because I was not doing none of that stuff.
Well, and me sharing about that, like I wanted to get it, and got some good comments on some of the people, Cassie said that was how her test was. Brett saying that's when fighting is at its best and when everyone's dog tired, and let's see how good their basics really are.
I disagree with that, Brett. I think that's when mistakes are made. And I think that's when people like all of a sudden there'll just be a dislocated elbow just for some random thing. So I disagree with that one. But we're going to agree to disagree.
And let's see. Yeah, but we had several different days in order to attempt to do our test. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I know what Chris is talking about. What Chris is talking about, he's talking about how there was like you'll have to like your instructor won't just say, "Okay, you're ready to test for black belt." They'll have what's called a screening process.
Like screening, or
you'll have to pass like 3 to 4 of them before you're allowed to go to that test. Right. And so that is a scenario where, and most times it's a graduation. Although, and I know what Chris is talking about because Chris is one of my students. So Chris, right? So, and I remember thinking like, because it was a weird thing, and John Worley started this because John Worley, he's an innovator, right?
Right.
He's great. But this was in the early '90s, where I remember going to a black belt exam, and you'd see like half the people just fail, right?
Yeah.
And you could fail for just like if one person on the panel, black belt panel, was just like, no, I don't care what you guys say, nothing is going to let me pass this guy. Then that guy does not pass. It doesn't matter.
Right.
It doesn't matter if everybody else wants him to pass. They were like, done, and he fails, right? So they had to go through like a screening process, and then they might do the same thing. So, but I would watch him go through, and then you're still going to get a couple of them that might fail, but for the most part, nobody wants to get to that point and fail.
No.
Right? You don't want to say like, "Hey, Grandma, I'm about to go and test for my black belt." Really?
Right.
How come you sucked? No, you don't do that, right?
Exactly.
So you go through those things. That's what Chris is referencing.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I think at United, at Trevor's school, they actually do like 4 different pre-tests, but it's almost like, all right, this year is your test. I don't know if it's a year. I may have it wrong. Maybe 4 months. Like each month, they do a different one that focuses on different things. So they'll have like a sparring test. They'll have a forms test. They'll have a fitness test. They'll have like maybe a weapons test. I believe it's like that. But yeah, so like their sparring test is like 3 hours of sparring or something like that. Like it's intense, So yeah, but it's cool because you can focus in on that stuff too. But it's also challenging and really hard too. So you're getting both ends of it. So it's kind of cool. For me, my favorite part is the grappling with all of them. I really enjoy that part. So, and I joke with all of them because I'm like, y'all can't let me like keep you down. Like I'm 140 pounds. What the heck? Like, come on. But anyways, let's get into, we're going to go into another topic later on, but let's go ahead and talk about, your competitor of the week, because that has to do with
where we're going after that.
It will get into where we're going after that. Yep.
Okay.
So
my competitor of the week is the champ himself, Richard Avery Plowden. So, and it might be, people might look at it like, oh, you're talking about Avery Plowden. Of course, he's already the best. Like, what are you going to say? Like, what is there to build up? Like, let's just talk about the story of Richard Avery Plowden. Okay.
Right.
When he first came and was competing at a really high level at national tournaments, I will challenge them. Go back, watch the tape. Go back, start watching the tape of like 2011, 2012, and then watch videos of him. And he's not up there pumping legs, right?
No.
He is right here, the tightest L guard there is, just kapow, right here, all right? His jam back fist was still everything that it is now, right? He was extremely solid. Of course, he's got a great reverse punch, and his sidekick was okay. Sidekick was okay. I'm not gonna say like his sidekick was amazing because it wasn't. It was okay, right? So he took these 3 moves, all right, and he built off of that. Watch him this past weekend. Go back and watch him from this past weekend.
In Mexico City, right? Is that what you're talking about, the tournament in Mexico City?
Yeah, the tournament in Mexico City. Oh my goodness, right? And that's what people have to do sometimes to look at this. Like, if you watched 2 videos of him going on at the same time from like, let's just go back 10 years, 2013, which he was developed then at that point as well. Look at 2013 and 2023. 2 different fighters. Oh my gosh, the way he is developed, right? He wasn't pumping his leg, right? And now his distance has increased an extreme amount, right? So he still has this deadly jam back fist. He still has this defense. He still has this amazing punch, which actually has more distance that he's able to cover because of the way that he's able to push his hips, because he's built the strength through him, because he lifts so much. He looks like he does steroids, but he doesn't,
Right.
So I'm just super impressed by the way that he's developed, not just martial arts wise, but physically, right? Correct. And he's when you talk to him about it, if you talk to Richard Plowden about it, they're get down to basic, real humble responses about it too. But they want to whoop some ass too at the same time. You're right. Right. And so they'll look at this, and I believe, I have no inside info. Nobody's ever talked to me about this. I gotta believe he's looked at guys that he fights and goes, I could kick better than that guy. Give me a little bit of time. Give me a little bit of time. I'll kick better than all of them. Right. Right. And I have said this about people. I've said this a lot. And I said, listen, you want to be a great kicker when you're fighting? I was like, I can make you a great kicker. It will not be easy. It will be freaking hard.
Yeah.
It's physically hard, simple in approach, because it takes a lot of freaking work.
Yeah.
Just buckle down, do the work, you will get it. And he did it. And I'm telling you, just go back, guys. Go ahead. You think I'm sucking up, whatever. Go ahead. Watch a tape from him this past weekend. Watch a tape from him 10 years ago. And you tell me you don't see 2 totally different people. And the person from 10 years ago was also winning.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You could look at this and say, I'm already winning. I don't have to develop my game to the biggest, I can already beat everybody. But he did it anyway. My goodness.
There you go. So Avery Plowden, your competitor of the week. Love it. You guys, I'm trying this live for TikTok thing. So I'm on the inside of the inside scoop on TikTok. So we'll see how this works. But yeah, man. So for you guys who are following us, again, this is a Sport Karate Martial Arts podcast. So hope you enjoy myself and Alex on the other side. So if you hear that other voice, but competitor of the week, Avery Plowden, who just got back from Mexico City. And you know what? The vibe there was kind of, let's see what, maybe their top 4 fighters, from the States. Who do they have? They had Bailey Murphy. They had Avery Plowden, Tyreek Saint. They also had Enrique Latonia in there, and they had those guys versus maybe some of Mexico's best, right?
Yeah.
I believe is how it worked out, right? So definitely an interesting, thing. I've actually been to Mexico City where they've done this before. They invited Ryan and Robbie, and we're like, hey, we're gonna have like a U.S. versus, like a country versus country type thing, but they did it individually. They did a team fight one like that before, Mexico has done a lot of ones. They've had, I think, Laszlo in before.
I do believe I remember seeing that.
Yes. They had Roman, I believe. Maybe it was Roman, or they had several different. They've had a lot of different people over there to challenge.
They had Justin Ortiz, I know that.
Yes. So it's just a cool setup. So now let's take what they kind of did, but let's switch it on our other way, right? Let's really think right now. Who are the best U.S. fighters? Are we going top 5? Are we doing 5?
Let's go top 5. And you know what? Let's make it a discussion.
Yeah.
Okay. Top 5, regardless of weight.
Regardless of weight, just top 5, the best 5 fighters, male fighters, right? That's what we're doing right now.
We're going to go,
fighters.
yeah.
Yep. So for Sport Karate, guys, so you guys following Sport Karate, who are the best ones right now? I want to hear some names. Let's hear it. I think the top two to me are not even an argument. It's Bailey and Avery. I mean, right? Is everybody that comments say yes, say yay? Start adding
Bailey
in
and Avery.
Yes, who are the
If
best?
anybody says no, like go check yourself in. You're on drugs. All right.
Correct. Yeah, Plowden for sure. Yep, Avery Plowden, Bailey Murphy. Bailey, both of these guys. Let's look at the AKA where there was 60, 70 fighters. Those two are at the end. The next day where there's even more than that, those two are at the end, right? So, so yes, just US. All right. So those two. All right. Our third one.
Ooh.
This is going to be tough because it could be and it is active. It's hard for me not to put.
Okay. Let's pause here for a second. No Raymond.
Yeah, that doesn't count. No.
Okay, just want to say no Raymond, no Ross. We're not saying these two, right?
No. We said active, my friend. Active.
I know. We're just setting the tone. Okay. All right. Just make it sure. Okay.
So for me, it's hard to not put in the top 5 Cam Dawson. I'd say 3. You know what I mean? Like, because when you go to a tournament,
I thought you were going to go somewhere else.
He is like one of the most feared fighters. No matter what, everyone.
I don't disagree with that at all.
Is ready to be like, whoa, all right, he's here. Oh, my other one is one that you know I'm going to say Jack.
That's who I got too, though.
Yeah.
Jack Felton.
Yeah, it's really hard to not put Jack Felton in there, right? So that makes it tough because you have Jack and you have Cam Dawson.
He just won the lightweight.
Yeah, at compete, right? Right. Yeah, Raymond is inactive, guys. Definitely. Yeah, he's a pro fighter. So
now we got to start
talking about Hector. Hector who?
I think he's talking about Hector Solari.
Hector Solari is Mexican, though. He's from Mexico.
I know.
Yeah.
All right. So now here's what we got. And this is why I was kind of like, I don't know. I'm gonna put Cam in the conversation of I think I got 3. All right.
Yeah.
Avery, Bailey, Jack, and then let's talk about the next 2. Here are the next 2 spots. Here's some candidates. We got Cam Dawson.
You guys on TikTok, keep liking the page. Thanks for the support.
Tyson Ray. That's one that we Tyreek Saint.
Yep. There's honestly been most consistent over the past year, especially the past year, and winning overall grands and being in the top 4, Christian Rivas. Like he has been one of those.
That's the question, though. Let's pause on that because I agree with you, but because I agree with you, but is Christian Rivas? Are we going to say that's Venezuela or not?
He lives in the United States, right?
I know he lives in the United States.
I mean, if you live in the U.S.,
I know, but he ain't gonna fight for the U.S. Because let's say we do this, if we go us versus somebody else, he's gonna fight for
right, like a Waco or WKC type thing, right?
Exactly, right. So, and that's why I'm gonna say, okay, not trying to say, Christian, no, you're not good enough. Oh, we're already taking him out of the conversation because I'm putting him on Team Venezuela. Okay.
Yeah.
And the same thing with Hector. Hector's Team Mexico, right?
Yeah. What about Latona? Enrique? He fights on Waco as USA now.
Yes. Okay. Let's put him in the conversation, but I'm not putting him above the people I just mentioned.
No, I agree. I don't think he is right now. Maybe 2 or 3 years ago, but not right now. Not currently.
I don't think, you might hate me, but I don't think I would have done it 2-3 years ago either.
Well, he was the one that was winning the grands. It was Bailey and him winning the grands, going back and forth. So,
maybe
Jack Felton and at Diamonds and stuff like that. It's crazy, but yeah. So I'm just looking at results. So
let's.
Are we pretty? Are we saying Tyson is that 5th one?
I think Tyson should be there.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know 5th. What did we agree on 3 and on 4 and 5? Did we agree on 4? Who's 4?
Jack Felton.
No. Oh, because you put Cam in.
Yeah, you didn't put Cam in. Okay.
I didn't put Cam. I'm looking. So I got Jack. I already put Jack in. Yeah, and I'm not saying Cam. I'm just saying we should talk about it. You think that strongly of Cam. You're like, I'm not even having a conversation. Cam is in, right?
Right.
And that's where you're at. All right, so let's talk through this. We got Tyson Ray. We got Tyreek Saint.
Yeah. I mean, that's another one that's.
And I don't want people to overlook Tyreek.
No.
Because Tyreek skill-wise, and this is why you got to say, regardless of weight, right? Because Tyreek skill-wise is every bit as good as anyone else out there. Tyreek
Yeah, man,
Saint,
that was a
I
good
don't
time in
compare.
Georgia.
What's happening?
Oh, I was just telling someone that was a good time in Georgia when he said the last time he went to a tournament was with me in Georgia for a Corky Sykes tournament. Go ahead.
Oh, word. You have a whole different like live stream conversations while
I'm
we're
trying
going.
to figure this out. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how
It's
this
cool.
works.
It's cool. I'm down.
Check out the show tomorrow morning podcast, Inside Scoop. Check it out, guys,
Yeah.
and share.
So if we got Avery, Bailey, Jack, I'm putting Tyson in there. Now it's between Cam and Tyreek. Shit, am I gonna put?
Is there anybody else that?
Yeah, let's talk about the others. Let's talk about what do we got? We got Justice Floyd.
No, don't do it by weight class. It's just
No, it's not by weight class.
Yeah,
not by weight class. We got Justice Floyd, and I wouldn't put Justice over any of those guys.
No.
We got John Curtolo. I wouldn't put him over those guys. Oscar Garcia. I wouldn't put him over them. All right.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. And the other one.
And these are all guys. Listen, we're mentioning them. Okay.
Well, Oscar Garcia is not an American either.
Oh yeah, that's
he's
right.
from Mexico too.
All right.
Yeah. You're looking at, Luis is a name that could be there. He's probably top. He could be
Luis
top.
Nunez is very good.
He's been really.
Listen, by the end of the year, who knows? Luis Nunez might be like the guy. We don't know.
We don't know. Yeah. I mean, there's different people that I still feel like are killers that just don't go to enough events, like a Ryan George. We're still talking about Kevin Walker. We didn't even mention him.
Yes.
Both of those guys, are ones.
Brandon Balu.
Yeah, Brandon.
Look at this. We had all these conversations, and we're like
Devin Hopper, right?
Cam. Look at Cam's even the one over here
Cam.
saying, "No, don't put me in. Go with Tyreek.
Go with Ty. Yeah, he's the man. Hey,
now look at if that ain't an endorsement right there.
I know.
He is the man.
Well, and listen, I actually think Jack would probably, if he was on a night, he may say,
Kevin Walker, Alex Macias,
give it to someone else too.
Listen, we could have a B team, and the B team might be the A team. It's possible. That's what's so great about sport martial arts competition, right? Is it does work out like that sometimes.
It does.
Who knows when the Martial Arts Network has their all-star, championship. Maybe that might be a thing that we do.
Just another teaser. Just give them a teaser. Don't give too much information, Alex. Jeez, shut up. Travis is going to send you dirty messages or messed up messages. Sorry, I didn't mean like that. Dirty messages. All right. Anyways.
Oh boy.
Woo, let's move on. All right. So
I think what I would do is I would go, Tyreek and then Tyson. That's what I would do for 4 and 5.
In that order, or are we doing order or no?
No, just those are the 5.
Okay. Yeah, I like it. We're still putting Jack in there. So yeah. All right.
I think the difference is you don't have Tyreek. You either don't have Tyreek or you don't have Tyson. Which one isn't it?
Oh, for me, because I put Cam in?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm going to listen to Cam. Cam, he's going to take himself out. He's going to put Tyreek in, All
right. Cool.
Again, and again, with that idea of us taking Christian out, because even though he lives in the U.S., him being, fighting as Venezuela. Okay.
That's what makes it exciting now.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
So now
we're talking sport karate, guys. So hope you enjoy.
If you did this and then you went with, now let's say we did 5 for 5. We're going to go against Team Venezuela.
Right.
We're going to go against Italy. We're going to go against Germany.
Oh.
All right.
Go ahead.
And when you do that, then how well do you think your team's going to match up? What happened? What's this face you're giving me?
I said hello to someone on here, and my computer thought I said a different word and started talking to me. I'm not going to say the word because then it'll start talking again to me.
Well, let's not do that. All right. So, I just think that would be a really interesting, matchup. I think right now we all can kind of say the best fighter in the world is Elijah Everill. So, but would England beat the world if they went 5 for 5?
And listen, they've been the WACO world champion team fighting. What, 1, 2 times?
There are no slouches. It's not just Elijah Everill and Chris Aston. They're deep, right?
Yeah.
They're deep. They're good.
Prince, Cook, a lot of those guys are really good, and they know how to play that game, right?
They got great coaching too.
Yes. So, thanks for the lightning bolt, sir. Thank you.
So, what team, if we went 5 for 5,
what country
probably wins?
Let's hear in the comments, guys. Guys on Facebook, guys on TikTok, guys on YouTube. Let us know who you think.
And without,
yes, I know. Who would be the 5 women? Could we do 5 women? Do we do 3 women? Do we do?
I'm going to go Italy.
For women?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to not. Yeah.
I'm going to go Italy. For the women, I'm just going to go Italy. Right? And that's not to say England wouldn't win or, but I would.
Yeah, I mean, I think we have a lot better chance. We take our top 5. The problem is it's hard for us to get our top 5 there, right? So
that's exactly what it is.
Yep. So yeah, I would definitely, Katana, Morgan, that's definitely there.
Katana, Danny, and Peyton. Donna, you seem to be leaving out someone very integral here.
Yeah, I think our women had the ability to beat Italy as well. Definitely do.
Yeah, if we went 5. Hang on. I got to say something to my daughter. Lou, come here. Your pajamas are in your room. Go for it. All right. Sorry, guys.
It's all right. Hey, while we're kind of on this, go check out our Patreon main network. We're going to do a short episode after this as well. So check that out. Go subscribe to our Patreon channel, patreon.com/MAINETWORK. Check it out. Thanks for all that.
Go get you some merch.
Yes, that is on our shop. That is main network. The same thing, .shop. All right. So that's where you go get the merch. Is there all of our different shirts, which we, for some reason, didn't wear any day. But I have a Jeffopedia shirt. We got Fist Kicks and Flicks. And Chill shirt. We got Shut Up Alex. We got lots of good things. So lots of fun things for the Martial Arts Center Network. Thank you guys for joining us. All right. So that was a good discussion. We can get into that. That could be 2 episodes about that, right?
Yeah, it absolutely could. So it's almost like a teaser.
Right. And I don't even know how I can even get into the next part because this could be a long one too. But what I want to talk about is Black Belt Magazine rankings, okay? Goods, bads. What is everyone's opinions on that? I know for me, when that came out, I really thought it was a cool thing for Black Belt Magazine to be involved in sport karate again, right? Mm-hmm. And I think that is the key thing. That is one of the best things. All right. I'll join that in a second, my friend. All right. But this is a lot going on here.
No, go for it.
One of the things though in this is it's a lot, to try to update them, after every big NASCA event, right? There's some things that you're not going to please everyone. You're just going to have to figure that out, right? That's just going to happen. I do think that there are some negatives to it because I think a lot of people, when they see, especially in the sport karate world, when they see Black Belt magazines or the Black Belt magazine rankings, who do they think of?
They think of Jackson Rudolph, and deservedly so.
Yes,
because you know what? I want everybody to know, without Jackson Rudolph, this does not exist.
Right. Exactly.
Like if anybody's, I just want everybody let's just put some things in perspective.
Yep.
If you're grumbling about the rankings and grumbling about the fact that Jackson and Rudolph put them together, do also consider that
it
if
wouldn't
not for
happen.
Jackson and Rudolph, you don't have this ranking.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
So
Correct.
and maybe that's also a kudos to Black Belt Magazine,
Yeah.
and Century Martial Arts for being like, Jackson, you need to do this thing, man. I don't know how it worked out.
I think he pushed it heavy, you know what, and he really, so we got to give it up to him big time.
I guess
for
I was
that.
meaning for them to even partner together. I don't know how.
Well, he
I don't
was
know.
working with them during that time. Remember, he lived there and was working there. So
Right, and
yeah.
that's what I was referencing. Like, I don't know how that started. Hashtag
I
blame
cannot
Jackson.
say that name.
Hilarious.
That's crazy. All right, but anyways, oh yes, blame Jackson. I love it. So, anyways, there are things that with that people when you think it's one person, then that puts all the blame on that one person. Oh, I didn't like this, or obviously we're going to get the whole thing. Oh, you're picking JPM people or competitive edge people. Okay,
Right.
honestly, we all know Jackson. Jackson is one of the most, like you said, like
I'll say it.
perfectionist. He's going to get the results. He has the tools to get the results from Mad Action, from Uventex, all those things, right? And make sure that he's looking at it based on the numbers, right? Who you beat, when you beat them. Are you winning
the
grand?
person to do this because he's the most credible source with the most access to all the information,
Right.
and with everything considered, would be I mean, what's the way I want to put this? What's the way I want to word this? One we would all look to say, like, you're non. Jeff, help me out.
I don't know the word you're saying.
I'm throwing a lifeline here.
Anyways, yeah.
We would be least likely to lean towards one side.
Right. Okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Okay. So
I think what
if
people,
anybody is going to do that, you would trust Jackson and Rudolph to do that.
Right.
So if you don't like the end result because you think it's different, then that's kind of life.
Yeah. Yeah. I think what's happening is that there's good and bads when one person is in control of it. It's going to happen. You don't have to rely on all these other people. I think having a committee, though, of it, and maybe there is, to work on it together. We really don't have any idea. That would probably defeat some of that. The thing that I think people forget, and this is, some of the messages I get and people asking me, how does this work with the rankings, is they think it's just like a NASCA ranking type thing, right? And so whoever has won the most titles should be the number one of this and that. But it's not just who's the number one junior in all forms of weapons. No, it's broken down, traditional forms, traditional weapons. So if you've won an overall grand championship in weapons with your traditional weapon form, you're probably going to be the number one or number two traditional weapons forms champion, right? Or ranked person. But you can't expect to be the CMX champion if you won the traditional weapons, like there's things like that, right? Maybe I'm saying too much, but I just think that there's that, right? So I think people forget, exactly what it is. It's not just because you're the number one ranked person.
Right. They already have that. There already is a ranking system for that.
Or even the overall. Yeah, that's a NASCA thing. That's the ranking system. This is
the people's.
Not people's. It's based on the results of like grand championships. Big tournaments like WACO, WACO Worlds, different ones like that,
Right, he is creating, Black Belt Magazine is creating a ranking system outside of an organization.
Right. Now it is, they
have criteria.
The highest value events are the NASCA ones, besides with also a WACO and WKC, and I think a couple others that they put in there. So just so that way people know, I a couple of suggestions I have maybe a couple other people, involved in it. But I think, Jackson's awesome with it. So I don't, the other thing is just the way of it's a little frustrating to scroll all the way through all the U.S. Open champions every time and look at the rankings. I like though how that is the champions.
That's the standard.
I
It's
get that.
It's what they're pushing. It's okay.
But yeah, and that's fine. But I think it should be the other way around. It should be the current ones and then leading to who's going to get those titles.
I
So
can dig it.
so I mean, I don't know, just something to think about. We want to hear you guys comments on this, what you think. And again, this isn't us bashing anything. We actually
nothing to bash.
put it over pretty strong and kind of hope to clear some things up for people that had questions about it. So,
Jeff, I wanna take people in a time machine. Everybody, hop on your DeLorean. I want to take you back to a time of 2003.
DeLorean, guys, not Mandalorian. DeLorean. Just in case.
I want to take you back to 2004.
Oh yeah.
2005. And there was these things called forums.
Oh
on the
God.
interweb.
Forums. Guys on
Forum.
TikTok. This is new news to some of you guys.
Yeah. And there was something called what was it? Was it pointfighter.org?
Yeah,
Is that what it was?
Yep.
And
Before that was Black and Blue.
before that was Black and Blue. Like a couple years before that was Black and Blue.
Yeah.
And the forums were great, right? And Alex Reyes put out, and he just did it for fighting, right? And he did it for each weight class.
Mm-hmm.
And he was at every event. So he just kind of looked at it and was like, this is my new ranking for the event this now.
Right.
And he would update it like, every event. So every few weeks, he's going to update the thing. And you might win, but you might look sluggish.
Yeah.
So you might actually drop, even though you maintained what you were performing at. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. They still do forums now. All right. Someone just said, do they still do forums now? I think they do, but
okay, cool.
Just on different things, but I don't know where. But
so, and I just remember the way that we all looked at it, like, because this is, I mean, there was social media there, but I mean, what was the big thing? Nobody really paid attention to it. I think it was, this is going to sound old. I think the only thing people cared about, if they cared about anything, was MySpace. How old are you? How old are you if you even remember what that is, right?
Yeah, MySpace. Right.
Anyway, moving on. So, so people just went right to their browser and just typed in where they wanted to go. They didn't go to a social media site that told them where to go. Right? That's what happened. When people go online now, they go to Instagram, they go to the TikTok, they go to Facebook, and then that tells you where to go. Right?
Correct.
Just letting you know how much you don't have free will over your own decisions. But whatever. Right? When you did have free will over your own decisions, but you didn't really. Right?
Correct.
You go to these rankings. And so when we would do that, I'm telling you, we would check him out and he would be like, oh man, you see that? Be like Dustin Chovanec, like he jumped up. He's the number 2 heavyweight. How'd Dustin jump up there? Man, you didn't see the whoop he put on that guy? And now we're talking about it. So it's the People's Choice Award, really. Right. This is kind of what that is. This has a little bit more criteria. Alex didn't have criteria listed, which
so maybe, again, all right, Alex, no more talking for you.
Cool.
Yeah, because that could be something. So anyways, you know what I'm saying? When we get these ideas, we start shooting. We're like, oh, wait a minute.
My bad.
But no, man, this has been a great episode. We are getting, I don't know, lots of love here, lots of love on TikTok. Thank you guys. I'm going to go live tomorrow sometime, so check us out. Thanks for doing this the first time. Everybody, all my insiders on Facebook, YouTube, Podcast World, we had a blast, man. Join us this weekend. I personally won't be there, but it's going to be a great weekend at Gatlinburg, Tennessee for Smoky Mountain Showdown.
Now, how do the locals say it? How do the locals say Gatlinburg?
I don't know, man.
Did they say like Gatlinburg? Did they just like leave out the T or something?
I cannot.
I think they might. Gatlinburg.
Donna is from Tennessee. She may know.
Oh yeah, maybe.
That's coming up. Also, guys, check out virtualfighttour.com and go register this weekend to save on the Ocean State Grand Nationals. Go to oceanstategrandnational.com. And, man, they're giving away tons of money, but also all the top competitors are going to be there. It's going to be a great showcase, a great time. And hit me up, guys, because I will be there as well. So hit me up to schedule your private lesson at Rhode Island. So
how many spots you got left? I can't imagine because you only have so much time.
yeah, I only have a little bit of time. So I got I haven't set up. I'm still a couple ways out. So
come on, man, you gotta be honest.
Two spots. So,
that's all you got left?
Yeah. Yep.
Dude, if you guys aren't hitting them up now, that price about to double. I'm gonna tell Jeff. I'm gonna tell Jeff Dawson to raise his prices forever. You guys better get in on it before he raises them. Buy a package of lessons.
Buy a package. That's right. That's what a couple people did this week. All right, guys.
Oh man, this has been another episode of Inside Scoop with Alex and Jeff. I'm Alex Dingman.
I'm Jeff Dawson. And I have to add in one more thing. We're going to record patreon.com. We got 2 awesome topics that we are going to discuss. Favorite martial arts celebrities, and who we would create a sport karate team around. All right. If you could create one. All right. So join us for that. See you guys next week. Peace.